Now, Floyd, of course, is the man seen on camera gasping for air, begging for help as a police officer kneels on his neck. He was unarmed at the time and was suspected of trying to pass a counterfeit $20 bill. He was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead that same night. For more on this, let's welcome in former New York City Police Commissioner and Newsmax contributor Bernard Kerik. Commissioner, great to see you again.
Thank you.
You know, looting is never okay in this situation, but I want to focus on the Minneapolis police chief and the mayor here. Should they resign?
Well, I think the mayor is inciting the flames, so to speak. First of all, there is a process. There's due process. There's legal process, and he said he wants the guy arrested that killed George Floyd. Now, based on the evidence, the only evidence they have that I know of is that video, which is pretty compelling. But that's not all the evidence. So if you want to do this right and you want a conviction and you want to make sure that the person that killed George Floyd is held accountable and is imprisoned, convicted and imprisoned if he's guilty, you got to do it right. You can't go out there and just make an arrest based on that video.
Right.
This has to be done through a grand jury. It's got to be done correctly. That being said, look, I haven't seen all the evidence. But I do know one thing. I watched that video. I oversaw the largest police department in this country, and I can tell you the video is sickening. And John, one last thing. The more I watched the video through last night, and I saw it again this morning, you got to wonder about the mentality of this cop.
Yeah, we talked about this, Bernie, because so many people are focused, and naturally your eye is drawn to his knee on his neck. But I looked at this officer's face, and he seems calm, cool, and collected while he's doing this, calculated in his effort here.
John, this guy basically looks like a psychopath.
Yeah.
You're looking at him. He has no care in the world for what he's doing. People 15, 20 feet away could hear this guy yelling that he could not breathe.
And the officer, another officer is standing right there next to him. And that's why I asked this question about the police chief, Madaria Arradondo. And we talked about this before, and I didn't even really realize until I looked him up and started, looking at some of the things he said about this, that he was black in the first place. And I don't think that matters here. What matters is that this officer apparently has a record of complaints from people about violence against suspects, maybe as many as 10. And I think this shows a breakdown in the leadership in the police department. How is a guy like this still out on the street?
Well, how's he still on the street? Where was the first-line supervisors? What were the other cops doing around him besides standing there just watching what was going on? I think there's a much bigger picture here of accountability and responsibility. And I think an investigation must take course. I'm glad that the president got the FBI involved. This is a major problem. And unfortunately, things like this create a bad picture for the entire police service.
That's right. What we can't do here, and what these rioters want to do, is they want to blame all police officers. That cannot happen here. You mentioned the FBI, the Justice Department getting involved. President Trump, to his credit, has been pitch perfect on this story so far, because the media and the left would choose any opportunity to bring up Charlottesville again. That's not at play here. We got to let this process play out. You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing news channel, now in 65 million homes. Get Newsmax TV on all the major cable systems, or go to newsmaxtv.com and click on the Find Newsmax tab to locate us. Remember, Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.